What's up, my Moon Tribe? I'm Haley, and this is Moon Tribe Tarot. Thank you for watching me today. This is for the star sign Aquarius from now, December 15th, until the end of the year 2019. I have gone ahead and pulled the messages off screen for you, and I've already shuffled. The messages that you hear today will be for a general audience. That means that they will resonate. They should resonate with the general audience. Take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't, as it is for the masses. If you would like a personal reading one-on-one with me, and you would like to figure out how, whatever it is that you want to know, you want a personal story just for you, the information on how to get hold of me is directly down below in the information box down below. I can't talk, like always. It's at this point, whatever. So, let's get right on to it, Gemini. Fuck! Aquarius. I just did Gemini Aquarius. This is for Aquarius. Your basis, Aquarius, is the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups represents a quester. This is a typical Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. It is somebody that is kind of a lover. They are questing for motion. They're hopeless romantic. And they are, when you have pages, knights, and kings, they're in the middle of maturity and immaturity. They're kind of that young adolescent. But they are slower moving because they are cups in their water. They're slower moving. But they are stable, at least emotionally, for the most part. They are hopeless romantics, but the basis here is that there's somebody in your sight. It is definitely most likely romantic, where there is this person coming in and questing for your attention. In your desires, you want forward expansion with the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands represents this waiting period where you wait to see what happens next. It represents like a job situation or home life where you put some sort of new endeavors out. You're venturing for something. And you put the messages out, waiting for expansion. And the message here is usually that they usually do get back what they want, but this is the desires. You want forward expansion. It's that period of waiting on a job application to see if you got the job. It's a period of that uncomfortableness where you message somebody and you're like, hey, do you want to go on a date? It's that waiting to hear back. You are waiting on expansion, and it is your desire to expand on something. Here's the problem, though. We have the Seven of Swords in your helpful. And I'm trying to figure out why it's in your helpful, because this isn't a helpful card. It's the Seven of Swords represents somebody that is cunning. It almost kind of represents stealth. It represents cunning. It does indicate, it can indicate somebody that is cheating, lying, and manipulative. I read this card as somebody that is taking things because she is deceptive and cunning. This card as a helpful would to me indicate that it's not the best kind of message, but it's kind of indicating to me that there is some sort of advantage to being sneaky and cunning. And it's playing out for you in some sort of aspect, or it's playing out for somebody in some sort of aspect. That could also be a warning. It could be a warning that there's somebody that appears to be good, but is also stealing things without you realizing it. Here's why I say that, because we have in your opposing, the Ace of Wands is a new beginning. So there's some sort of new beginning that isn't starting. So I feel like it is your desires to have a start. It could be you. I feel like this might be you that is questing for this emotion. I feel like to be careful about, because I did get the energy of the Seven of Swords for you. So be careful with how you treat people. Be careful about being deceptive. Be careful about how cunning you are. Be careful about how sly you are. Because I definitely see a lack of beginning here. The Ace of Wands is some sort of beginning that doesn't happen. When it comes out for obstacles, it represents a start that gets in the way. It represents delays. So there is some sort of new beginning that isn't happening. And I really directly feel like it's because of the Seven of Swords energy kind of moment. But the outcome here is almost like there's competition in this situation. There is the Five of Wands outcome represents that there is competition, vying for some sort of position. It's not always a quarrelsome card. It can represent that in some traditional decks. This deck doesn't really play like that. It says that the advice for this is to be sportsmanlike, to make sure that everything is fair and balanced, to kind of don't do this. Don't do this. It's saying don't do this. It's saying to be sportsmanlike. It is saying to be a good team player, to be a team sport. but it does represent that there is some sort of competition. And to get it paired with the Nine of Wands, the Nine of Wands and the Five of Wands. So this is kind of like competition. The Nine of Wands is kind of like the same shit, different day. It's resilience. It is rising above. It is kind of being above it. So I feel, here's what I think is happening for you in the rest of December, Gemini. I feel like you are being careful. You need to be careful about how you treat other people. That came up twice. Oops. Hold on. That came up twice. Especially with the five of Wands, Nine of Wands for outcome. You are definitely being called upon. Oops, that's not it. You're being called upon to. I'm gonna cry. You're being called upon to look at how your actions affect people. You're being called to not do this, because I know that this is going for you, but it is saying that deception is going for you. So I definitely feel like the message here is to be careful of how you treat other people in the month of December, Gemini. Be careful of how you want people to treat you. Keep that in mind, because I do see that whatever it is, it's going to lead to the same shit different day. I feel like I don't want to say it's not going to play out for you, because obviously the Seven of Swords is there and you're helpful, saying that it's going to have its benefits, but at the end of the day, long term, I definitely don't feel like that's the case. I feel like it's going to be the same shit, different day. If it's not you, if this is somebody else doing this to you, then you have to recognize that, there's only so much shit they can take of this person. Like, I'm not saying to cut them out, I'm just saying you need to recognize what you need in your life. Does this energy suit you? Because I wouldn't say that this suits anyone. Some decks say very kind things about it, and I don't. It's just me as a reader. The advice for me is to be careful about how you treat other people in the month of December. Kind of your karma comes back to you, like attracts like energy. Be careful of how you treat people. Make sure that it is sportsmanlike, because I do definitely see a lack of beginning, partially because of how you treat other people. I definitely feel like it's coming from you. If it's not coming from you, again, you need to understand what kind of energy you want in your life and what you don't need in your life. Alright, Aquarius, I almost said Gemini again. Alright, Aquarius, that was your general message. Take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. If you would like a personal reading with me, again, everything is in the description box down below for how you can contact me. Until then, I'll see you probably sometime after the holidays, so Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Peace out, my Moon Tribe.